When the dollar go flat, where you gonna be at? Where you gonna be at? When the dollar go flat, where you gonna be?
It's been a long, 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 long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. What's happening, everybody? You know it's your man 30 grand Brotha Stacka coming to you live and direct. Not so much live, but very much direct. Today, the reason why I busted out with that song, because what better way to introduce the segment with the Booker T. Washington $50. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. So, as you know, I'm not a big fan of uncirculated, circulated, coin collecting per se, but getting into doing silver pours, I'm kind of becoming more interested in numismatic value of silver, and silver pours and rounds. Well, not pours, but silver minted coins. Let me get it together. Minted coins. So, my wife said to me, "Husband Stacker, are you going to get a people something, to let them know how much you care about the black people or, your heritage?" And I said, "Oh, but baby, I would just want to pour my own bars, my own rounds, and just do it my way." I'm silly like that. So I did some research, and I put in, give me some, I went to Google like we all do, and I said, give me some African Americans that are on silver, coins or bullion, gold, silver, and the one that really caught my attention was this Booker T. Washington. And I believe it or not, the only time a lot of black people or people of color get notoriety this way is only like during Black History Month, really. And I'm gonna go deeper into that. What I'm saying is Black History Month, they will do a commemorative coin or something like that. Now keep in mind, in Africa, it's gangs of gold coins, with princesses and kings on them. But here in the United States, there's not. And I said to myself, in doing my due diligence and research, let me take this out of the pack. I said to myself, how come there's nothing really, there's nothing out there for our people like that? And then this came up. So I got this from Ampex, and it's the Booker T. Sorry about that. I don't know how this is inverted or what have you. I got that. Okay, check that out. The quality. Okay, and this is the half, and this is $9.99, 1 ounce silver. Okay, and I paid I believe $28 for it. I was going to get 3 of them just for my 2 sons and my daughter, but I don't know. I probably still will do that just to show you some of the detail on that. So with the book, with this coin, it came a book. The book is this. From Slave to College President, Being the Life of Booker T. Washington. Okay, so this was the book it came in, but that came with it, and my wife said, "Are you gonna get the book?" And I said, let me get, I said, I can probably go on Google and get as much information I wanted, but I wanted to support whoever wrote this. So, this guy had a glorious life. He was definitely a pioneer. His book is like this thin, as big as a Pringle. So I don't know, but in this book, let me tell you a little bit about the book, and then I'll start featuring the coin. But if you don't know who Booker T. Washington is, Booker T. Washington founded Tuskegee University, and that is like a huge historically black college. And imagine in the early 1900s, segregation. Blacks going to school. Going to elementary school, let alone getting a collegiate degree or getting educated collegiately. Wow. you can understand that's probably a humongous hurdle, but he did it. So he founded Tuskegee University, which right now is one of the foremost, if not one of the best black HSBCUs universities in the world. So and I think there's over maybe 30,000 students, and I believe he integrated, and then he allowed Caucasians to come too. So there was never like my this school is only exclusively for us. The fact of the matter is, he always, or the people that were with him, always wanted to integrate with white people, because that would make the whole transition a lot more fluid. And bring them on in, and maybe we can work together and get more done. But obviously that was a struggle. But you did have white people that came on board. He was an orator. He was a great speaker. And the thing is, and it's important that I give him his just due. It just is. So, they try to rush us through videos and try to say keep the attention of the listener. But this is important. This information should be listened to. I mean, this guy paved the way when there was no way. So with that being said, in this book, the guy was talking about, it was like stories about Booker T. Washington and how he was a little boy, and the slave owner would have like luncheons or dinners or whatever, and have his boys come over, or his friends. The slave owner's friends would come over, and he would say, Look what my little slave can do. Because so Booker T. Washington, I'm just assuming this, but it does. The book does lead to this conversation that I'm about to give to you. That somebody taught him how to read. The people in the slave house, or not in the slave house, but the owners on the plantation, someone taught him to read. So he was kind of like a novelty. Let's see if we can get this black kid educated. Let's do a test market on him. Let's create a hypothesis on him. Let's just see. So in short, they started teaching him how to read and write, and giving him culture. Moved him into the big house where he began to serve meals to different events that they would have. In short, they polished him up. Okay, so at first it became like instead of bringing the piano guy or the violin guy to play after dinner, let's that little young Booker T. Washington come and read. So now you have this little black Negro child who could read and who could write and who was very fluent and affluent in his space. So this book, I know I'm here to talk about the silver and the gold, but I got to tell you, I got to give it a thumbs down, because it's just pretty much articles, where people gave their opinions about, whether or not he was educated, or that he was a special kid. But the reality is at that time, any black person who would have been given the opportunity to excel in any kind of way other than slavery would have excelled. So with that being said, I don't know. The guy's name is Jeffrey Holland Pike. I think he could have done a way better job in representing Booker T. Washington, because this man has just done so much. And I'm not here to give you a history lesson, but since this came with the book, Brethren, you could have done a better job. But back to this amazing craftsmanship. So what it says on here is, got glasses on and still can't see it. It says, from the slave cabin to the Hall of Fame, the Booker T. Washington is birthplace in Virginia, $50, and then it shows, if you can just see that, I don't know if it's inverted, but if you can see that, it shows actually the log cabin. Okay, there are only 8,000 of these made. This was never circulated currency ever. 8,000 of these made. So in my opinion, this should be a collector's item. You know what I mean? So there's only 8,000 made. It's not, we place value on things, humans. This should have some value placed on it. But again, we are not the powers that be. We are not the market makers. And it is what it is. So this is a tribute to black individuals who actually made huge impacts for where our people are today. And not just our people, all people. You know, there's huge developments, cures, you know, different kind of things that were created, you know, that were created by African Americans. And that should be celebrated on every level. So again, this is a good one to buy. I like it. It's beautifully crafted. They did a wonderful job. I'd like to see more of it. I don't know if I'm upside down or not. My cameramanship is horrible. Cameraman, I'm firing you. So anyway, it's beautiful. You know, get this. You know, it's good to add to your collection. You know, hopefully, you know, with the empowerment of the movement or whatever is going on around us, you know, this will find more value because it's important. I mean, if you are a stacker, this is a piece of history. This is a piece of history, and it needs to be recognized as such. And I'll give you that. So again, thank you for hanging out with me, Brotha Stacka. You know, as always, it's a pleasure. You know, I really wanted to hit you guys, you know, with that long time coming, because this is definitely a long time coming. Hit the subscribe, download, dig deep, hit the subscribe, like it, dislike it. Either way, leave a comment so I know what's going on, so I know if I'm reaching you good or bad or indifferent. So with that being said, remember, stagger rich, Playa.
When the dollar go flat, where you gonna be at? Where you gonna be at? When the dollar go flat.